welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. It's so important. So important. Welcome to the live chat. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Mega Monday. Yes, baby. You know what it is. Another Mega Monday. And we back in the building. Is we back in the building? We back in the building once again. Once again, who's going to be first in the chat? First person in the chat gets shouted out. First person, you know how that go. First person in the chat gets shouted out. Let's go, Mega Monday. Let's go, baby. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. We got some more. We got some more revelations. We got some more Trump news. Giving Democrats the boo blues. Giving Democrats the boo blues. First in the chat, relax and talk sports. Relax and talk sports. First in the chat. What's up with my boy? Look at them emojis lit up in the building. Bro, light up the chat right now. Light up the chat right now. Let's go. Relax and talk sports already in the building. Emojis lit up. Membership has its privileges. Double tap. Hit the like. #1 podcast in the land. 11 a.m. every morning. Perfect timing. Yes. Come on in and double tap. Wipe your feet as you enter my house. Act like who raised you? Act like who raised you? Act like you know how to act, man. Double tap, man. Like the like, lick the like as you come here, man. Double tap, hit the like, share, subscribe as you come here, man. #1 podcast on YouTube. #1 chat. Let them know Relax and Talk Sports. #1 chat. #1 chat. Because it's the #1 host, #1 moderators, #1 member. Yes, man, another mega Monday, another mega Monday in the works, coming on board right now. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button right now. Double tap, hit the like button. Come on in, man. Come on in, like, share, subscribe. We got a lot to talk about this morning. We had the memorial this weekend. We got some revelations, some new revelations. We're going to go over a little bit. We all anticipated, I've been doing my research this weekend, but I know everybody is anticipating what Mrs. Owens going to say in her live stream today. I'm excited, but I've been doing my research. I've uncovered some things based on a pastor named Larry Gators, gave out some fire information last week, so I've been doing my research. We had the Charlie Kirk Memorial Sunday, and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Remembering Charlie Kirk and his legacy. Moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. God bless Charlie Kirk. God bless his family. The president showed up. His wife gave his wife gave a speech. In the speech his wife gave, I don't know if I could have gave that speech, but I have been arguing since the passing of our brother Charlie Kirk that a certain message was paramount. In his wife's memorial speech, she had to dig deep. I saw her praying on stage. She called on the powers, and she was able to bring forth forgiveness. We got to give it up for Eric. Give it up for Mrs. Charlie Kirk. Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic. Built for tragedy. Made for static. It's your boy. Perfect Timing Podcast. Back with the blast. In and out with a dash. 2025 won't last. We're going to get this done real fast. Every time I say it after Charlie, it makes more sense. 2025 won't last. Every day is precious. Every day is a gift. Every day is precious. Every day is a gift. Say thank you. Somebody let me get a thank you in the chat. Say thank you. I kissed my babies this morning. I kissed my wife. I say my prayers. Give thanks right now. 2025 won't last. So we're going to get this done fast in the dash and the blast. And we're going to work it out. Every day we got work to do. I got work to do. I got work, baby. I got a job, baby. I got work, baby. So much work, babe. We got work to do today, man. A memorial. I went to high school in Arizona. I mean, I know why I've been so touched by Charlie Kirk. I looked at the dates and it said 1993. I graduated from high school in 1993. I'm going to say that again. I graduated high school in 1993. I graduated early with honors. I went to high school in Arizona. I went to high school with predominantly white high school. There were about 10 blacks, and it was Mormon, and it was Christian conservative in Phoenix, Arizona. I graduated high school in 1993. Charlie Kirk could have been my son. Like, we have to look at America, and we have to look at what's going on. There's a reason why Charlie Kirk touched me so much. I graduated high school in 93. I didn't know, but certain people had children. People my age have children Charlie Kirk's age. Like, my oldest child is 26. So Charlie Kirk being 30, I didn't realize that I'm that old, because look at me, look how good I look. I didn't know that I could have been Charlie Kirk's father, but even as I said, I'm getting choked up because I can't believe what happened, even though it's been this long. It's very sad. But I want to talk about the memorial. I want to talk about Donald Trump's speech at the memorial. I want to talk about his wife's speech at the memorial. I want to talk about Charlie Kirk. I want to talk about my experience in Arizona. I want to talk about a lot of things we've been arguing. I'm 50. Are you 55? I'm 50. I just turned 50 this year. I graduated high school in 1993. I want to talk about the what we have been arguing on this channel. You know, there has been a lot of people trying to grift off the Charlie Kirk event. And a lot of those people happen to be black YouTubers making fun of people like me. I don't like it. I don't like when people make fun of me. Do you like when people make fun of you? I don't like when people make fun of me. There are a lot of people making money teasing black conservatives, but they don't know about Blexit. And today, finally, I heard Trump. It meant so much to me when Trump gave his speech at Charlie Kirk Memorial, and he said what I've been saying. Anybody a member on my channel, a lot of people watching me are new, so you don't know. We talked about Blexit. We talked about Candace Owens. We talked about Candace Owens working with Charlie Kirk for 2 years at Turning Point, and we talked about Candace Owens admitting that Charlie Kirk helped her with Blexit. Me telling you that I feel this way about Charlie Kirk because I'm conservative, because of Charlie Kirk. If it wasn't for Candace Owens, if it wasn't for Blexit, a lot of people like me would still be on the Democratic plantation, still be hypnotized like Kamala Harris said. You know what I'm saying? Remember Barack Obama trying to get black men to vote Democratic? See, Barack Obama should have learned about Blexit. They should have respected Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk's work. A lot of people keep saying Charlie Kirk wasn't influential. Why am I here? Why is Candace Owens getting 1 million views in 1 hour? Blexit is similar to Brexit. Do you remember Brexit, when Britain and the UK wanted to leave the European, the EU, because of immigration? And they just had a protest with allegedly 3 million people protested after Charlie Kirk event. The Charlie Kirk event sparked a protest in Britain about immigration. And this is after Brexit. So Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk used the nomenclature from the Brexit and said Blexit. Blexit was black people getting the knowledge of how the Democrats use them. I've been arguing that the Democrats use your death in Chicago to get elected, to get money. What did the black mayor of Chicago say? Give me money. Not stop black death. Not give me National Guard troops that would stop black death, but he wanted money. I argue this. So Blexit was Candace Owens attempting to educate black Democrats, just like the Young Turks. Did you see the Jubilee? Did you see the 20 versus 1 with Amanda Seals and the Young Turks? Both Democrats debating Democrats, trying to educate Democrats on the values of Blexit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Black people leaving the Democratic Party because the Democrats don't produce policy to benefit you. Candace Owens, a great American, a great conservative, a great Republican. Charlie Kirk, a great American, a great conservative, a great Republican. And Donald J. Trump. Can we get a props for Donald J. Trump? Because there's a reason I'm talking about this. There's a reason I'm going to Candace Owens and Blexit, because Donald Trump, in his memorial speech, gave props. Donald Trump, in his memorial speech to Charlie Kirk, gave props to Charlie Kirk for creating Blexit with Candace Owens. Donald Trump gave props to Charlie Kirk for educating blacks on conservatism and bringing them over. Did you hear it? Did you watch it? I watched the memorial. I didn't want to show it live, but I watched the memorial. And I've been talking about when people have been wanting to cancel Candace Owens. And a lot of YouTubers are hating on black conservatives. And I said to myself, these individuals are just trying to grift on Charlie Kirk. They don't know about Blexit. They don't even know about Brexit. Why are you discussing Charlie Kirk and your so limited knowledge on geopolitical issues and American political issues? You may not understand Blexit because you don't understand the complexities of Brexit. And you didn't see the 3 million people protesting, wishing they had a Donald Trump. Do you know what they were saying in that protest? Long live Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. They were wishing they had a president and a leader like Donald Trump. Donald Trump stopped immigration on the first day. The Canadians had a similar protest. The Canadians had a similar protest over immigration and population shift, cultural shifts in Switzerland and Sweden. Countries that were predominantly Swiss and Sweden, or you could say predominantly white, are culturally shifting and changing because of immigration. And they look at the leadership of Donald Trump. They saw what happened in the last administration. The last administration gave out bottles of water on the border. We talked about it here many times. Remember the problems we had in 2024? We had millions, rampant immigration. We were paying millions in hotel fees. We were paying millions to house. They split up families. The border czar, Kamala Trump, who became black during the election, claimed she wasn't the border czar, would not stop the immigration. We had Republican leadership go down to the border, and they were surprised at what they saw. You know what they saw? Immigration officers being told by the administration to allow people to cross the border. Not only that, give them water. Give them sanctuary. Can we get that in the chat? Give them sanctuary. The last administration, remember the border czar, who wasn't the border czar, who became the first black, they said, give them bottles of water, give them sanctuary, and exacerbated the problem. Well, the UK, 3 million people protested. 3 million people, allegedly 3 million people protested after Charlie Kirk to let the globe know that demographics are shifting. Brexit was one thing. This is almost 8 years after Brexit. That means the problem in the EU hasn't been fixed by Brexit. The problem in America has not been fixed by Blexit because not enough people understand Blexit and understand the power and the influence of a Charlie Kirk. They don't understand the power and the influence of a Charlie Kirk. They think when Charlie Kirk was debating blacks that he was racist. No, he wasn't racist. He was giving you truth and facts to bring you over to conservative values, to bring you over to Christianity, to love and unity. The message that his wife gave in the memorial, the message that I have been screaming at the top of my lungs since the event. Remember, if you watch me, you've been hearing me say, you can go back on my channel, unity, love, the real message. And what did Charlie Kirk's wife get up there and do? Oh, Paul, you don't know about Blexit. Like I said, Paul, you may not know about Brexit. So it's easy for people like Paul to believe everything's being said about Candace Owens. It's Easy for people like Paul to believe everything being said about Charlie Kirk. And you might be surprised when President Trump got up there and said Charlie Kirk is responsible for helping people like me become conservative. Donald Trump, see, I've been saying it for 2 weeks. Y'all think I've been making it up. It's not fake. I've been doing this every day. Donald Trump has said Charlie Kirk is the reason for black conservatives like me. He said it in his memorial. You know why he was confident in saying that? Because him and Candace Owens created Blexit. And you don't even know. All you know is the propaganda. All you know is the spin. You're caught up in the spin. You're caught up in the spin zone. So when the president comes to, and it was amazing, with the planes, Air Force One, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, showed up at Charlie Kirk Memorial, and it was glorious. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap. If you don't know how to hit the like, just double tap the screen, hit the thumbs up. Donald Trump, the president of the United States. For everybody who didn't understand why Charlie Kirk was so influential, you learn from Donald Trump. Charlie Kirk was part of the 2016 presidential campaign. Charlie Kirk suggested J.D. Vance. Charlie Kirk is the reason why we have J.D. Vance. Not an 80-year-old, not an 80-year-old, not a 70-year-old, but the next president is going to be under 50 years old. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the reason why we have J.D. Vance. Charlie Kirk was with Trump in 2016. Charlie Kirk, who's not influential. If Charlie Kirk is not influential, then why do we have J.D. Vance? I think that's pretty influential when you can call the president and give him a suggestion for his vice presidential nominee. He chooses that person and then they win the presidency. I said he chooses the person. So what if Charlie Kirk was going to run for president? It sounds like to me Charlie Kirk had a good nose. Charlie Kirk had a good nose. He had a good understanding of the political landscape. This is why he worked with Candace Owens. Why did Charlie Kirk have a black conservative summit? Did you know Charlie Kirk had a black conservative summit where he invited black conservatives so he can continue the educational process to get people off of the Democratic plantation? See, Chink, the Young Turks had a jubilee. The Young Turks had a jubilee, 20 verses 1. The Young Turks said, I'm a Democrat, but I'm a populist Democrat. But the Young Turks actually sounded conservative. And they were trying to educate Democrats or fix the hypnosis. I think the Young Turks ran into what Kamala Harris said. The Democrats are hypnotized. And the Young Turks in their jubilee, 20 verses 1, said to other Democrats, why haven't the Democrats passed minimum wage? Why haven't the Democrats been more productive? Why haven't the Democrats created policy? This is the argument of Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk to black Democrats. This is the argument of Blexit. Why are you voting Democrat? If you are the one at the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to jobs, when it comes to pay, if you are paid the least, wouldn't minimum wage affect you the most? Why are you voting Democrat? This is what Charlie Kirk was arguing on college campuses. Single parent homes. To young black, they thought he was talking about gangs. Double tap, hit the like. We need 100 likes 5 minutes ago. Double tap, hit the like. He wasn't talking about gangs. Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk have the same talking points. Single parent homes. Let's look it up. Because all of a sudden, Democrats are saying because Trump wants to go to Chicago, that single parent homes are not a qualifier in crime and poverty. But over the last 50 years, we've known one of the number one indicators, because we have private prisons. We have illiterate boys across the board, whatever race, who can't read in 3rd grade. And when you look at the Venn diagram, what is obviously true is that single parent homes are the number one producer of illiterate boys, of criminals and gangbangers and poverty, because single parent homes are directly linked to poverty and to social justice programs that the Democrats need. See, the Democrats need single parent homes. The Democrats need, and Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk, every Utah, every debate from the black couch, Charlie Kirk would debate and educate on the social norms and what has happened to the black community since fathers in the Civil Rights Act and Lyndon B. Johnson. So it's okay when black men say we did not benefit from civil rights and welfare programs from Lyndon B. Johnson. But when a white man says, hey, the black community got worse after these social programs, when a white man says something that black people, black men, fathers, black fathers who got kicked out of the home by welfare policy and feminist policies, we've been saying this for 30 years to get our homes and our children back. But when a white man says something that we all know, hey, that didn't work. You know, that welfare program you put in the ghetto, it didn't work. Look what happened when you gave them welfare and you kicked the fathers out. Now we all are afraid because you created criminals. It didn't work. It didn't work. We've been saying that. Now, when Charlie Kirk, when Candace Owens said it didn't work, the social programs of LBJ separated black families. It created single parent homes. It drove blacks into poverty when they weren't in poverty. Charlie Kirk can't say what we know is true. And because Democrats want to paint the truth with a color, remember last week I told you the Democrats want you to wear colored lenses. They want to paint the truth with the color. We know welfare doesn't work. We know Section 8, Department of Education gone. We know these programs in 2025 because we've had them for so long and they didn't help the problem. We still have King Von. If it's fixed the problems, why do we have Little Dirk? Why do we have King Von? Can somebody answer me that in the chat? If welfare, Section 8, food stamps fix the problems in black communities, why do we have a murderer like King Von in 2025 just murdering black people and rapping about it, celebrating? In Chicago, they murder blacks and celebrating. But they have these social justice programs. It's a sanctuary city. They have welfare. They have project housing. They have food stamps, but yet and still, they still have crime and murder. But do you know that they told you that they gave the social justice programs to help fix the crime? The social justice programs are not because they like black people. The welfare is not because they're your friend. These programs were created to fix a problem. Can we admit in the chat that the problem wasn't fixed? But Charlie Kirk has to die. Charlie Kirk, we love Charlie Kirk. We miss you. Rest in peace. Charlie Kirk has to die because we know Head Start doesn't work. We know the Department of Education was spending money, but little boys still can't read. We know welfare and EBT communities produce poverty and crime, and it keeps people in poverty. There's statistics, but Charlie Kirk can't say it. Charlie Kirk can't say it. Candace Owens can't say it. Why? Why, when we already knew these facts? We knew these facts. A lot of people were completely disturbed by the violence in Chicago. How many people are disturbed by the violence in Chicago? My argument for Blexit, Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk existed because of Chicago. Charlie Kirk wanted the people not to die like Trump. Go to heaven. Go to heaven. Go to heaven. People live, have MAGA, make America great again. For the people in Southside Chicago too. For the people in East St. Louis too. For the people in East Oakland too. For the people in Flint. That's America too. We want America great for everybody. But we have to be honest about how we solve the problem. And the Democrats want to tell you that the single parent home is not the problem. Since when the truths that we already know are true are not true anymore? It's like they're spitting in your face. I keep hearing people who don't want Trump to go to Chicago arguing the single parent home is not the problem. I'm like, wow, really? I can't believe I've heard Red 40 is not bad for you. This is what you hear in the Trump administration. I hear Democrats saying red 40 is not bad for you, and single parent homes don't create poverty and crime. It's ridiculous. It's like you can't debate these individuals. This is what Charlie Kirk was dealing with. Is a black pilot qualified? Paul, you gotta come relevant. We're not talking about black pilots. We're talking about a legacy of love and leadership and honesty about the Democratic Party. Really, Paul, what I would like you to tell me about is the jubilee of Amanda Seals and the Young Turks, and tell me why it was so difficult for an elder Democrat to educate younger Democrats on the lack of productivity of the Democratic Party. Paul, can you tell me? Because everybody keeps asking for files, for civil rights, for planes. But all I want to know from the liberal Democrats is, did you see the jubilee? Did you see Amanda Seals and the Young Turks 20v1? And why can't you ever answer policy? This is why Blexit worked for me. This is why Candace Owens is so effective on black conservatives like myself. Because after a certain period of time, you want answers. Real Americans want answers. I was a Democrat before Blexit. I was a Democrat, but Candace Owens kept saying things that made sense. Candace Owens kept asking questions. Charlie Kirk on every campus just simply asked questions. Why do you have this gang problem? Why do you have this welfare problem? And Charlie Kirk was using comedy and brevity, but his goal was to get you to look at the honest truth, Black America. Charlie Kirk's goal, Charlie Kirk was like me. A lot of people want me to be a whatever, but I'm a podcast host on YouTube. Charlie Kirk was like me. He used brevity, he used comedy, and a lot of people got offended because these were serious issues. But the truth is, Charlie Kirk worked with Candace Owens on Blexit. He debated blacks on college campuses because he wanted you to have the truth. He wanted you to know what the Young Turks and Amanda Seals was trying to convince these young Democrats who are hypnotized, that the Democratic Party has not been productive for you in the last 20 years. They only produce for the social elite. Let's be honest. The conservative party, Charlie Kirk was growing. Charlie Kirk had influence because the Democrats have not produced for you in over 20 years. They haven't risen the minimum wage in 15 years. Biden took it out of the bill. The Young Turks consistently ask, why didn't Biden raise the minimum wage? Why didn't Biden? I say it here, but I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. I'm a Blexit. I'm a product of Blexit. So when I ask why didn't Biden raise the minimum wage, it makes sense. But when a Democrat is saying to other Democrats, hey, our party is lying. Hey, our party is full of millionaire elites like Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, who will get a tax break from the big, beautiful bill. And every day you're in my chat with this hypnosis. This was a jubilee 20 verses 1. Do you know how thick the hypnosis is? They had to do two. They had to do two jubilees with Democrats versus Democrats. And we've never unpacked this. We've never unpacked the lack of direction of the Democratic Party. You can't be President Gavin Newsom because the Democratic Party doesn't know who it is. Then that was true by that jubilee. Wait a minute, two jubilees showing a splintered Democratic Party. I don't know about you, but I'm not voting for anyone who doesn't know where they're going. I'm not following someone who is lost. The Democratic Party has no direction. The jubilee was between Democrat versus Democrat. It didn't work. They did it again. Democrat versus Democrats. It didn't work. You know why? Because they have no leadership, no message, no direction, and no policy. All you can say is, where is the files? Where is the files? I need, because you need something. You have nothing. You get nothing. You drank fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling. I have to clean that off. So you get nothing, sir. Zilch. Out of here. You get nothing. You drank fizzy lifting drinks. You hit the ceiling. Nothing, sir. You get nothing. Not a dollar raise on the minimum wage, Joe Biden. Can we have a real talk this morning? Not a dollar raise. Barack Obama was president 8 years. Joe Biden president 4 years. 12 years of the last 15 years. Because Trump only had 4 years. Can we have an honest talk? Can anyone do math? This is why the Young Turks, the Young Turks stole my argument. I'm going to say it right now. The Young Turks stole my argument. Who is a member of the channel? Who is a subscriber? The Young Turks stole my argument. I counted the years. I said 16 years. Donald Trump was president 4 years. Barack Obama president 8 years. Biden president 4 years. Out of the last 15 years, they never raised the minimum wage, bro. They never did nothing productive for the working class American person. Kitchen table politics. And this is what I argue. When I saw the Young Turks say my talking point, I was ecstatic. When I saw the Young Turks repeat my talking point, I have a song about the minimum wage. $7.25. How much can I buy? How far can I drive? Half the states in the pie. Make $7.25. And then the Young Turks ask other Democrats, why haven't they raised the minimum wage? In 12 years, it's been the same. The Young Turks, Amanda Seals, Democrat versus Democrat. Where is the productivity from the party? Where is the productivity that benefits it? The party used to be for the everyday working American. Now I have that argument. Trump is speaking to blue collar, boom. HVAC, boom. HVAC, boom. Factory, boom. Blue collar, boom. They don't want to admit the truth. I'm just getting started. Since we have a good people here, what is a jubilee? It's a debate. Look it up. 20 versus 1. Jubilee. The Young Turks, Democratic populists versus 20 young Democrats. It didn't work. It didn't work. The Young Turks, one of the most popular YouTube channel I look up to, Democrat populists, debated 20 Democrats. Democrat versus Democrat. On the Jubilee, I can't believe you don't know the Jubilees. You haven't been there. You haven't been there. You haven't seen the Jubilee. You haven't been there. You haven't seen the Jubilee. 20v1. The Young Turks, Democrat versus Democrat. And it didn't work. A Democrat trying his hardest. One of the #1 YouTube hosts, so you know he knows how to debate. He's trying his hardest. They're on the same side. Chink is trying to educate other Democrats. Like, hey, I'm a Democrat. I just want the Democrats to be productive. What did I argue here? I said the Democrats did not go to convention. I said the Democrats did not go to convention. And the Young Turk said, we have a platform. Why hasn't the Democrats simply bring these things up for a vote? That was a great question. It was Democrat versus Democrat. You know what next? Young Turks, ask Gavin Newsom. Because they say Gavin Newsom is going to run against J.D. Vance. I want you to ask Gavin Newsom those same questions. Why haven't you brought these up for a vote, Gavin Newsom? Because I said the Democrats avoid a vote. The Democrats don't want to vote. The Democrats don't want to do democracy. What happened when Jasmine Crockett got on the plane? I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. You won't be able to vote until I get back, you hope. What? Jasmine Crockett got on a plane and stopped democracy. They don't want to vote. But I want to move on to something. I want to move on to something. I told you about Charlie Kirk message. And I get a lot of people angry in the chat. I told you about Charlie Kirk message being about peace, love, and the good book. We saw Charlie Kirk wife this weekend say, I forgive the shooter. Charlie Kirk's wife this weekend said she forgives the shooter. Don't that let you know what type of house, what type of family this is, what type of people these are? These are God-fearing people, God first. And even though she may have been hurt, even though she may have been hurt, even though she probably is heartbroken, she leaned in, like the book says, she didn't lean into her emotions, she leaned into her faith. And she spoke from that book, and she said we're supposed to forgive according to the book. And despite how she may feel as a human, she leaned into her faith. Somebody said, I like Erica. Shout out to you. So thank you, Erica, because that was a great example of what faith, the power of faith. Because I'm human, man. And I don't know if I could do what Erica did. I don't know what I could do what Miss Charlie Kirk did. Respect and blessings. Let's get the likes up. Mrs. Perfect Timing, thank you for coming in. Double tap, hit the like button. Don't forget about the super chat. When I do my vertical, we can't do a goal. Every day we come in, we got a goal of 15 super chats. That's 15 super chats. Go ahead and start hitting the super chat. Double tap, hit the like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. My name is Perfect. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast every day at 11 a.m. So as I want to go into Erica, I want to show Erica's speech, but I want to show Erica's speech, and the goal is I want to show Erica's speech, but the reason I want to show it is I want to show the fact that who these people are. Like, Erica, Charlie Kirk's wife, says she forgives the man who assassinated her husband. That young man, I forgive him. Let me see if I got. They don't really have the video of her saying that, but they got a bunch of video of her walking on stage. But she's saying here, I forgive him because it was what Christ did, and it is what Charlie would do. That means a lot, man. She says, I forgive him. I don't have the video. I'm looking for the video for you guys. But she says, I forgive him because it was what Charlie did, and it was what Christ did, and it was what Charlie would do. So I think we have to follow Erica's lead. Double tap, hit the like button. So we got to follow Erica's lead in that. This is her coming on stage.
Hello.
That's Charlie Kirk's wife entering That's Charlie Kirk's wife entering the memorial yesterday before she gave her speech, where she said she forgave the individual, and she said she forgave him because that's the way her faith and that's the way her husband ran their household, and that is how that she moving forward. That is how she says she's moving forward in forgiveness and blessing. And we want to say thank you to Erica for that example. Just a great human, and God bless her and the family. Let me read you this. You guys, let's get some facts. Let's get some facts. I don't think it's a scam moving forward. I don't think it's a scam at all. I don't think it's a scam at all. I think I'm following this story. I don't think it's a scam at all. You think Chicago was a scam? You think Blexit is a scam? What about Brexit? Do you think those 3 million protesters in Europe are a scam who were inspired by Charlie Kirk? What about the protesters in Canada? What about all the people over there with Brexit who wish they had a Donald Trump because they're being overrun by immigrants? There were 3 million people who protested right after on that weekend. What part for you is not real? Is the 9 deaths in Chicago on Labor Day weekend not real? Are the 70 shootings in Chicago not real? Is Washington, D.C. not having any black on black crime? You take Black Lives Matter off the street. You remember all Joe Biden did was paint the street that said yellow Black Lives Matter, but black people die every day in D.C. So why paint the streets with Black Lives Matter? You know what Trump did? Trump took that divisive phrase, because all lives matter. Trump took that Black Lives Matter off the street from blocking the streets, making people divide and dislike each other. And then Trump stopped all crime. But you know how it you ever heard this phrase, disproportionately affects? See, when Trump stopped all crime in D.C., the same, like we're asking him to go to Chicago and St. Louis and Flint, Detroit, East Oakland. See, because when crime got stopped in D.C., Chocolate City, when murder was stopped in D.C., Chocolate City. Have you heard the term Chocolate City? See, this is conservative MAGA on the move. This is conservative MAGA in action with policy. We won in the Supreme Court. What did we win? That ICE can go in LA and do their job in LA and Chicago and across the nation. Trump won in the Supreme Court. How many times? We just got 48 confirmations. What is not real to you? The girl who got carjacked in D.C. by 20 rampant hooligans, big balls, getting almost beat to death in D.C. D.C., the numbers in D.C. not having enough police. I did the numbers after defund the police, Black Lives Matter, Marxist protests. What's not real? D.C. down 1,000 officers. Chicago having 2.7 million citizens and 11,000 police officers. I did the math. That's 44 officers per 10,000 people per capita. Please tell me what part is wrong. God bless you, my brother. I love you and your viewers. We shall make it through this country great again. Yes, sir. MAGA, mega, MAGA Monday. I pray for everyone here because you all need it. We need more people like you. God bless you. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your support. Make sure you like, share, and join the channel. That is from Peyton. Thank you, Peyton. God bless you. And since we're giving out this love, let's give some love to the memory of Charlie Kirk. Let's give some love to his wife. Let's give some love to his kids. Everybody in the chat show some love and some unity, because on this channel, we are not taking the bait. We don't want to argue. We don't want to fight. We don't want negativity. We want make America great. One America for everybody. Positivity for everybody. A lot of people want negativity. I don't want negativity. I want MAGA. Who want MAGA? I want MAGA. You want MAGA? I want make America great for everybody. How about Southside Chicago? Can we have a real talk this morning for the people who don't understand Charlie Kirk? For the people who don't understand conservative values, can we make Chicago MAGA? How about Southside Chicago? How about that? How about Southside Chicago? Can we make it great again? Or are you one of the people who would argue that South Side Chicago is equal to the other part of Chicago, where there's multi-million-dollar homes and historical colleges? Can you, because a lot of people have been arguing that Red 40 is now good for you. Are you one of the individuals that argue that South Side Chicago, riddled with gangs, riddled with murder, plagued with police corruption and politic aldermen who are corrupt? Are you arguing that Southside Chicago is equal? Are you arguing that East St. Louis? How about we make America great again? How about we make America great again? That's what I voted for. Who voted for making America great again, including South Chicago? including East St. Louis, including Chocolate City. See, the Democrats who supposed to love you forgot about these places. The Democrats were complicit or okay with East St. Louis being a Milwaukee, Milwaukee. Milwaukee, is it Milwaukee or is it Milwaukee? Because they do a lot of killing out there. Which one is it? Can anybody speak to it? Anybody from Milwaukee in the chat? Anybody want to talk about the poverty, the single parent homes, the welfare? It's right next to Madison, Wisconsin. You don't have the same problem in Madison, Wisconsin that can we see, a lot of people don't know about the facts. They want to get angry. They get surprised when I give you real facts. I said Milwaukee is right next to Madison, Wisconsin. I've been to school in Madison. It was glorious. It was beautiful, beautiful women. We went to bars on State Street. They said, stay out of Milwaukee. It was just down the street. Killing and death and pestilence just down the street. In Milwaukee, I'm in Madison, Wisconsin on a scholarship. My big, black, beautiful, all the white women love, I love the white women. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm on State Street. I got money. I got an expense account. They said, stay out of Milwaukee. That was 10, 15 years ago. When do we get to make America great for all Americans? For the people who hate in the chat. When do we make America great? Because I'm going to tell you, I had a great time in Madison, Wisconsin. I had a great time in Madison, right down the street from Milwaukee. Stay out of East St. Louis. Stay out of Southside Chicago, but ain't Southside Chicago America? Ain't East St. Louis America? Let's read some details from this weekend's event with Charlie Kirk. 90,000 attended the memorial for conservative leader Charlie Kirk in Arizona. Over 90,000 people gathered at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona on September 21st, 2025. Let me drink my lemon balm tea. Wipe off that sweat. For a memorial service honoring Charlie Kirk, the 32-year-old founder of Turning Point USA, who was had an event 11 days earlier doing a speaking event in Utah. Speakers included Vice President J.D. Vance, salute to J.D. Vance, widow Erica Kirk, God bless her, and President Donald Trump, God bless the president, paid tribute to Kirk's conservative activism and faith, with Erica Kirk publicly forgiving the 23-year-old suspect, Tyler Robinson. The event, which drew an estimated 100 million viewers worldwide, featured worship and calls to continue Kirk's legacy. What's Kirk's legacy? We're going to talk about it in 2 seconds. It called to continue Kirk's legacy, Trump's eulogy, naming Kirk an American hero, and a public reconciliation with Elon Musk. MAGA Monday! Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So let's get to Charlie Kirk's message, because Erica intimated into what Charlie Kirk's message is. Erica gave you insight. When Erica said, this is what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. She wanted to refocus you on the real message, not the Democratic colored lenses. The Democrats want everybody to wear colored lenses so you can't see Charlie Kirk's real message. But I have a wake-up call for all of you. I have a wake-up call that I was telling the truth, that God is good, that the message is the message, is the message, is the message. Woo! MAGA Monday. So you know what I've been saying, right? I've been saying Charlie Kirk had a mission. I've been saying Charlie Kirk had a message. And I know the algorithm don't like it. I said the algorithm don't like it. I've been very careful about not to invoke certain things because I don't want to offend people. I have a global opportunity here. YouTube goes out around the globe. So I don't want to offend people. But I got to be honest. I got to be honest. So I said Charlie Kirk had a message. And I said the Democrats are purposely distracting you from that message because they want to grift and they want to try because they don't have any policy. They want to use Epstein. Now they want to use Charlie Kirk and lie about his legacy. But let me show you something where the truth and the faith, and shout out to Charles, where you can't lie. Sometimes God is so great where God is like the sun and it shines through despite all the propaganda, despite all the confusion and distraction. Shout out to Jose. So let's listen to something. I want to share this with you. I'm sure you probably saw it, but maybe you didn't, about who Charlie Kirk really is. So now we have evidence from Erica. Shout out to Mr. Boski. And now we have this.
I've decided I'm going to do something. I'm going to share something personal that I wasn't sure I was going to share. But I think it's important. Charlie Kirk and I were not friends at all. In fact, the last week of his life, we were beefing hard, beefing online, beefing on air. But the day before he died, he did something that shocked me. He sent me a personal message calling for personal dialogue, wanted me to come on his show. He said we could be gentlemen together. He said we could deal with our disagreements agreeably.
Let's read it. Let's read it. Van Jones, Democratic liberal. Now remember, Van Jones got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. Can we frame? I want to phrase this. I want to frame this. Remember, Van Jones got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. Van Jones, leader of the Democratic Party when Donna Brazile helped Hillary Clinton cheat in a debate. Van Jones was one of the leaders of the DNC. So Van Jones is a leader, a prominent leader, a CNN spokesperson, prominent leader of the DNC, and a recipient of the Jeff Bezos Good Person Award, where he was awarded $100 million. Van Jones was awarded. A lot of people forgot about this because it's so fun to pick on Dr. Umar Johnson. But Van Jones could have helped Dr. Umar. He didn't. What did Van Jones do with the $100 million? Does anybody know what Van Jones did with that $100 million? I'm going to read the tweet. Because Van Jones, Democratic operative, recipient of $100 million, because they looking at Charlie Kirk as Charlie Kirk got donors, right? Charlie Kirk got this money from this person. Charlie Kirk but he ran a donor political organization, but Van Jones doesn't. Van Jones got $100 million from Jeff Bezos for what, and what did he do with it? I just wanted to bring that up as we go into Van Jones explaining him having disagreements with Charlie Kirk. Like Van Jones thought he had a good basis to argue with Charlie Kirk, despite you receiving $100 million for Jeff Bezos for Lord knows what. You thought, I'm goofy. Did you know Van Jones received $100 million from Jeff Bezos? Does anybody in the chat see? This is what happens with the Democrats. That's what happens when you're hypnotized. Black Democrats are hypnotized. $100 million gift is a big deal. And look, nobody cares. No one cares about $100 million. I bet you Southside Chicago, who needs the money. Remember, the mayor of Chicago said we need money for programs in the inner city. So I bet you blacks in the inner city of Southside Chicago care about $100 million gift to Van Jones. Why troll me? You know I'm intelligent. You know I'm going to respond right back to you. How you doing, Kiana? You said you don't care about the $100 million. I said, I bet you that there are inner city programs trying to save lives in East St. Louis, in Milwaukee, in East Oakland, in Southside Chicago that could benefit from that $100 million. But you don't care about, see, Democrats don't care about your death. I keep arguing and telling you, Democrats don't care about your death. You could die all the day long. Every holiday holiday weekend, they would make a joke. They laughed at Charlie. They laugh at you. They laugh at gangs. They laugh at single mothers. You could die all the day long. Van Jones got $100 million from Jeff Bezos. He's not a mayor. He's not a senator. You don't care, but you care about Dr. Umar Johnson. I think it's racist the way they picked on Dr. Umar Johnson, and none of the black people on YouTube even know about this gift. Because it's fun to make fun of. It's something wrong with black Americans. We need help. That's why Candace Owens created Blexit, and that's why Charlie Kirk said the things he said. And you want to get mad, but I'm black, so I'm going to say it. It's something wrong with y'all. It's something wrong with y'all. Where you could know about Umar Johnson, but you don't know about Van Jones receiving $100 million, and Van Jones not a politician. Van Jones don't have a 504. He don't have nothing. He don't have a turning point. What did he do with the money? Why did Jeff Bezos give him the money? And y'all want to do a distraction. We can't have honest conversations, because this is the same thing with Jeffrey Epstein. Every fact I bring out, you bring up your emotions and your feelings. We can't have an honest discussion about Jeffrey Epstein. We can't have an honest discussion about Charlie Kirk. I am presenting to you Van Jones debating Charlie Kirk. And to frame it, I wanted to remind you, Van Jones got $100 million recently from Jeff Bezos, because there's conversations about Charlie Kirk's donors. And the chat went wild. All you Democrats, y'all didn't even know. You didn't even know Van Jones got $100 million. And it doesn't matter. I bet you if Dr. Umar Johnson got $100 million, the internet would break, making black jokes about a PhD. Van Jones is not a PhD. Dr. Umar Johnson is a PhD, but if Jeff Bezos gave Dr. Umar Johnson $100 million, the internet would break with black jokes. But black Democrats don't even know Van Jones got $100 million. Did he use it to help Donna Brazile? His friend who cheated with Hillary, did he help Hillary Clinton? Did he help Kamala Harris lose? Van Jones I'll play the video after this. I'll play the video of Van Jones getting $100 million. I'm surprised people don't even know about this. I'm very surprised. But let me read this tweet, because this part of the show is about Charlie Kirk's message of God, love, and peace. And Mr. Boski been here every day, so he knows I've been talking about Charlie Kirk is not a racist, that Charlie Kirk had a message of peace and love, because Charlie Kirk preached a good book. Van Jones was having an argument, childish argument, about lies, because Charlie Kirk presented facts. So Charlie Kirk responded to Van Jones. Let's read the text message. Let's read the text message that Charlie Kirk, the racist, sent Van Jones. Hi, Van. I meant it. I love to have you on my show to have a respectful conversation about crime and race. I would be a gentleman, as I know you would be as well. We can disagree about the issues agreeably. Anybody read my chat? Anybody read my comments in my shorts? A lot of people troll me in my shorts and say mean things. This is how I typically respond. I typically tell people, please, I see you at my next live stream, and we can agree to disagree. Just don't do any insults. This is what I typically say in my comments. When people say mean things to me, I say, see you next live. We can debate. Please, no insults. Now let's listen to what Van Jones said.
And in the past week and a half, just watching people talk about civil wars and censorship and all this stuff coming out of his death, I just thought it was important to let people know, don't put that on Charlie Kirk, because the last day of his life, he was reaching out to have not more censorship, more conversation, more dialogue with somebody who honestly was one of his adversaries, me. And I just want to share that with the world. And I hope that maybe It might help somebody on both sides deal with issues more like you did. Hey guys, I've decided I'm gonna
deal with issues like he did. Charlie Kirk didn't want the violence. Charlie Kirk wanted debate. Deal with issues like Charlie Kirk. Huh? That's what he said. Deal with issues like Charlie Kirk did, not the violence. You see that? Bezos donates $100 million each to CNN contributor Van Jones and Chef. I'm looking for something short on it that we can show.
Bezos donates $100 million each to CNN contributor Van Jones and chef Jose Andres. Jeff Bezos, the Amazon, AMZN, founder and world's wealthiest man, said Tuesday after flying to the edge of space that he planned to award $100 million each to CNN contributor Van Jones and chef Jose Andres. Bezos said that Jones and Andres were free to do what they want with the money. They can give it all to their own charity, Bezos said at a press conference after his trip to space. Or they can share the wealth. It is up to them.
You can do what you want with the money. Jeff Bezos awarded Van Jones $100 million, and you could do what you want with the money. You could give it to charity, but Umar Johnson, we put on the cross. Umar Johnson got put, give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Umar Johnson, PhD, scholar, psychologist, put on the cross. For pennies. For pennies. And Jeff Bezos gives Democratic operative, he known to be sleazy Van Jones. Help Donna Brazile cheat. Help Donna Brazile. Him and Donna Brazile, CNN contributors, DNC black Democrat elite. And he gonna get a tax break from the big beautiful bill. Van Jones, Nancy Pelosi, Max, your favorite Democrat. I told you. You didn't know, you didn't listen. I said your favorite Democrat is an elite. I said your favorite Democrat is a multi-millionaire. And Van Jones tried to have a debate with Charlie and act like Charlie was evil. And what did Charlie do? Charlie sent him a personal message to say, Van, I truly would love to debate with you about black crime, not because I dislike black people, because black crime hurts Americans and people, and Charlie Kirk loved God, so he loved all people. And Charlie Kirk worked with Candace Owens because he wanted to help stop the black on black crime. I don't know how you guys miss that. I think people miss it on purpose. But Van Jones is almost an insult to say you're surprised by Charlie Kirk text message, because that lets me know you don't know about his friendship with Candace Owens and his work with Blexit. See, you, Van Jones, led with colored lenses. Can we have a conversation this morning? What the Democrats do and what Van Jones did in his debate with Charlie Kirk is he led with colored lenses. So he saw Charlie Kirk through black and white. He only saw Charlie Kirk. A lot of you, can we have a real talk this morning? Can we have an honest talk? Thank you for my 100 likes. A lot of you see Charlie Kirk through black and white only. You see everything. I argue that Democrats The goal of the Democrats in the last administration was to frame and couch everything in colors, whether it be rainbow or black or white, but never with policy. Every discussion was couched. Did you realize that? That's why Trump won. Every discussion with the Democrat is couched either with rainbow colors. They want you to put on your rainbow colored lenses so you can look at the situation where you have common sense. Think about, I'm almost going to laugh. I'm going to start laughing. I need help in the chat. I need double tap, hit the like. I need some help in the chat. I'm about to start laughing. They want you to put on your rainbow color lenses so that your common sense, they think if you have all colors of the spectrum, your common sense will stop working and you will agree that a man can go to the bathroom with your daughter. I'm going to say that one more time. The goal of the last administration was to blur you with rainbow color lenses so that you would not listen to your own sensibilities, throw your own common sense out the window. See, this is what Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk would tell blacks. See, the Democrats have convinced you to not use your own common sense. Throw your own common sense out the window, because to be a Democrat, liberal, leftist, socialist, you have to believe a man can go to the bathroom with my daughter. And I say, hell no. How many people say hell no in the chat? Just common sense. I argue, like we argue, it don't got nothing to do with homophobia. It has nothing to do with homophobia and everything to do with common sense and logic. Good common sense and logic tells me that a man should not be in the bathroom with my daughter. But if you put on the Democratic leftist colored rainbow lenses, oh shit. Oh shit. Let them in. Oh shit. Let them in. Is that how it worked? Oh shit. Let them in. Come on, buddy. Whip your thing out and piss right in front of my daughter. Right? Because now I got my lenses right. I can see the issue clearly with my rainbow lenses. Damn my common sense. The Democrats told us for 4 years. The Democrats told us for 4 years as we watched immigrants come across the border. And we all grew up in America. America is full of immigrants. We have wives, we have cousins, we have family members that we have prayed become citizens. We have married wives to pray and make sure they become a citizen. Remember Balky? I grew up in America. I have friends. I grew up in San Francisco, just so you know I'm not lying, where I have friends who prayed and wished to become an American citizen, did everything correct, filled out all the paperwork. I'm 50 years old. We had TV shows. We had movies like Coming to America, where we saw our friends in school work hard to become Americans. We celebrated when some of our friends from El Salvador, Venezuela, finally became citizens. We saw them go to the military to become citizens. We saw them go to the military to fight in wars. We had multiple wars in the past 20 years. Do you know, when I was a teenager, I saw my friends go to the military because they wanted to become American citizens and fight in a war. And then all of a sudden, the Democrats told you, hey, put on your colored lenses, ignore everything you've experienced in the past 50 years, everything you learned about how special and how difficult it is to become an American citizen. You need to look at this issue through these colored lenses. This is a racial issue. The Democrats tried to make you throw away all your common sense, all your logic, everything you experienced your whole life. Those of us who grew up in New York, those of us who grew up in LA and San Francisco's, in these destination cities on the coast where immigrants come and work and pray and beg to become American citizens. Those of us who went to high school and saw them work and beg and pray to become American citizens, only to get to 2020 and 2022 and 2023 and 2024 and see it all fall apart. And Democrat Biden and Kamala tell us that no, you're a racist. You're a racist. See, you don't understand the border crisis because you're a racist. Put on these color lenses. Put on these color lenses. The Democrats said, stop being a racist, put on these color lenses, and then you can understand why we're giving out water at the border. Then you could understand why we're paying for hotels in New York. Then you could understand why we gave them $10,000 in food stamps. Then you could understand why Gavin Newsom gives out driver's licenses that kill. Let me say that again. Why Gavin Newsom gives out driver's licenses that kill. Let me say that one more time. Why Gavin Newsom gives out driver's licenses to people who do U-turns, and you can finish the rest of the story. You can finish the rest of the story because it's too common. You finish the rest of the story. Did you know that they give out licenses? So come across the border. Forget about everything we saw when we were growing up, how great America is, how hard it has to be to get here. Forget all of that. Come on in. Come on, give you a bottle of water, and I'm going to give you a driver's license so you can get a job before my son. So you can get a job before. I'm going to give you a bottle of water. I'm going to give you $10,000 in EBT, and I'm going to give you a driver's license. I said Californication for the nation. I said Californication for the nation. Man, we needed Charlie Kirk. Man, God, we need Charlie Kirk. Thank you, God, for giving us Charlie Kirk. We love you, God. Man, we needed Charlie Kirk. I said Californication for the nation. Gavin Newsom's running for president. Don't worry if you're trolls. Don't worry if you don't believe me, because what you say, I'm a dummy. Don't worry, Californication is coming to you. You want California? I know what the problem is. You want California. You want California in Texas. You want California in Georgia. You want California in Kentucky. Well, Gavin Newsom's running for 2028, and Californication is coming to the nation. You want legalized marijuana. You want Crips and Bloods. You want black on black crime. You want single parent homes. You want welfare mamas. You want you want people to be able to steal $1,000 without getting arrested. You want people to commit crimes without consequences. You want Californication for the nation. You want homeless people. You want human feces on the ground. And you want it only to be clean when a foreign body comes to town. You want Californication for the nation. Everybody in the chat, can we get it going? They want Californication for the nation. Because see, I'm trolling. I'm stupid. I'm I'm excited. I'm sweating, right? Huh? Are you waking up now? Because Gavin Newsom is running. 2028, Gavin Newsom is coming. What you think he's bringing? What you think Gavin Newsom wants to do? They tried to do it in the pandemic. Remember, California shut down all the churches. And then California, remember Gavin Newsom was leading in the pandemic. Gavin Newsom was trying to put all of the California policies nationwide. California was the leader in the pandemic on quarantine policies. They shut down churches. They said you couldn't sing. It was the only state. And then they tried to take it to the National Supreme Court, and they tried to shut down all the churches, led by Gavin Newsom and the Democrats here in California. California, during the pandemic, churches were closed. We weren't allowed to go to church. That wasn't true everywhere else, but in California, that happened. Did you guys know that? But it don't matter because, you know, the Democrats say sky daddy and your rainbow glasses tell you not to love God. See, if you put on your rainbow glasses, then they say don't love God, right? So you don't care if they shut down the church because you're a liberal, socialist, Marxist, Democrat, Black Lives Matter with rainbow glasses, and you don't believe in sky daddy, right? You don't believe, but what about rights? What about freedom of religion? See how the Democrats don't do actual democracy, and they start leaning into this socialist, Marxist type of policy? Do you understand what they say, sky daddy, and all these derogatory things toward faith, but they forget the fundamental thing why America was built, that we wanted freedom of religion, that we wanted freedom of, they don't understand that freedom of religion is pure freedom. Instead, they make jokes, sky daddy. It's not about whether or not you believe in my faith. It's about whether or not you understand that I should have a right to believe in it. And that's what America is predicated on. Not that you believe in it, dummy, you dumb Democrat. Not that you believe in my faith, but that you understand that I have a right to believe in it, dumb Democrat. Oh! Yeah, they shut down church. And they went to the Supreme Court to try to shut down church nationally. Californication for the nation. Californication for the nation. Don't worry, it's coming for you. Californication for the nation. Yes, it is. How's everybody doing? Let's go to the chat. Where my super chats at? Somebody hit the super chat. What religion was George Washington? That's a good question. But it's not the point. That's not the point of the greatest document. The point is he could be whatever religion he wanted or none at all. Ski Ben Yosef, the goal of the document is that, and the privacy, bro, the privacy. Sky Ben Yosef. It's not just the fact that it doesn't matter. It's the fact that it's private in America. You don't have to declare. Do you know, you look like an intelligent person. You know, in some places, not like you have to declare that you worship the God of that theocracy. You have to declare it, or you can go to jail or be beaten in the street. See, George Washington, the greatness of the forefathers in the document, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, is that number one, he could be private. Whether he was a religious person or not could be his own private thing. Number one, you guys don't understand freedom. It's fundamental. I get it by your questions. You don't understand freedom. Number one, my religion is private. Not everywhere, not in a theocracy, not where it's Islamic, Judean, none of that shit. I have to declare. They play it, Allah, they play, you got to pray, they play it. I don't have the privacy, right, to be a Christian or be something else in certain places of the globe. Number one, George Washington, part of the freedom is that he could be private with his faith. And number two, it could be whatever he wanted. Or number three, it could be no faith at all. Do you understand why it's so great? Why millions of people came here? Like y'all troll without no basis. Millions of people came here, man, because of what I'm explaining to you. I can come here and be another culture from another country, and I don't got to never tell nobody. I know when they first get to America, they be so amazed. So I don't have to go to church on Sunday. No. I don't have to tell you what my God is. No. I'm not going to have to pray. No. If you want to pray, you could pray. If you want to go to church, you can go to church. Get out of here. I don't have to go to work. You don't have to go to work. You go live on the street and be broke in America. Other countries, you have to go to work. Rihanna, one of my favorite stories when I tell this, Rihanna, the famous R&B singer, where she grew up, somebody put in the chat. Because it's a lot of countries like this, not in America. Where Rihanna grew up, is China like this? Y'all put it in the chat. Where Rihanna grew up, she had to go into the military. It's the law. Barbados, she had to go into the military at 18. It's the law, everybody. You don't have a choice. Trinidad, there's no freedom, right? Who else is like that? Who else is like that where at 18 years old, it's the law that you have to go into the military? Can you put another country in the chat? Because I can't remember. It's China, Japan. Y'all let me know. Russia. Y'all let me know. Where else is it? Israel. Yep, Israel. IDF. Ooh, y'all gonna get me in trouble. Y'all some assholes. Asshole. Y'all are some assholes. I tell you, boy. And look at old Unc. I am the dumbest YouTuber ever. I know you guys are there. I know it's the truth. I know yourself. I walked right into that. Have you ever just walked right into something like a dummy? Here I go. Here you go, old man. Walk right into that. Hi, old man. Open the door. Slam! Slam! Oh, man. Yeah, I wanted someone to say, China, too late, Tony. They already roasted me. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. They freaking- Every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I can't curse the way I want to curse. South Korea, there you go. Thank you. Now it's coming in. The stuff I wanted. Iran. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was not hard. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I love you, bro. I love you too, Tony. Oh, that was funny because it's true about Israel. It's true about Israel and the IDF. Oh, man. That was a good one. That was a good one because I want to talk about it too. That's a great topic to unpack. But I really, this subject was about our freedoms in America. The subject was about our freedoms in America, right? And how we are free in like no other country, right? So, and you guys are awesome. You guys are so intelligent. You guys are paying attention. You guys are quick. Oh man, that was great. That was great. Y'all good. But it's true. That is Israel theocracy? I don't know if I've ever asked that. Is that okay to ask that? Because I know people are scared to even talk about Israel or say anything about Israel. But when we talk about, places like Barbados and China where there's no choice, you have to go into the military, you're indoctrinated into a certain ideology, a certain religion. It's part of being from that country where we don't do that in America. Somebody said, hell no. So it's not a theocracy. Barbados does not have mandatory military conscription. That is just straight up not true. It's voluntary. Okay, I could be wrong. Yes, Israel is a theocracy. So what we're doing, and you are gorgeous. What is your name? Nut butt boy. You a boy? I don't know, but nut butter boy, that, I don't know. You might get blocked. Paul. Mateo said Paul. So is Israel a theocracy? And the reason, PTP, what's up with your BDBGP? What's up with your boy? Good to see you, man. How you feeling? How you living, man? We in here having a good time right now. We about to wind this thing down, man. I didn't melt it off about 7 pounds. I've been sweating about 30 gallons. The floor is soaking wet. My towel is soaking wet. I paused. I've been going in, man. I've been going in, man, for over an hour by myself in the studio, just in here cooking. We just in here cooking. That's all we doing. We just in here cooking. Chefing it up every morning at 11 a.m. OG Big Unk be in here cooking that MAGA stew, a bowl of soup for you. Unk is in here cooking that MAGA stew. I got a bowl for you. That's all we doing. Cooking. All week we've been saying how Charlie Kirk is this great guy and that God message. And like the best thing that I wanted to show is that Charlie Kirk is that Van Jones. Like I would love more people to see that message from Van Jones and really understand Van Jones and really understand who Charlie Kirk was. The last thing we're gonna go over today is some news that came out about the actual shooting and about this Man of Steel comment. Can we get Man of Steel in the comments? Have anybody heard about this Man of Steel comment? So in the latest investigation, the internet sleuths have discovered that there's no exit wound. And then the questions started to ensue about why there's no exit wound. Today or over the weekend, what we learned about no exit wound is that their first Turning Point spokesperson put out this Turning Point spokesperson put out this Man of Steel comment that got more things going, right? And then the actual doctor had to put out a report to clarify those statements. Hey, baby. What's up? Why the air not on? I put it on. What do you have? Why the air not on? Oh, it came?
Yeah,
oh, wow. Let me see.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Don't put my address on there, because the trolls want to hurt me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. I was telling everybody I turned 50. You know, did you hear what I said about Charlie Kirk?
Which part?
So Charlie Kirk was born in 1993. Yeah. I graduated high school in 1993.
Dang.
Charlie Kirk could be my son. Like, I could really, I went to high school.
He's younger than me.
Yeah, but don't tell people how young my wife is. My wife is in her 30s. You always say the wrong shit.
Oh, my bad.
I'm talking about Charlie Kirk.
Okay, Charlie Kirk.
Anyway, I graduated in 93. So Charlie Kirk could be my son.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday
That's
to
the Boulevard?
Boulevard.
Ooh, I want to see the T-cell.
Okay. Happy 50th. Ooh. Well, that's not in the plastic. It's supposed to be in protective. Okay.
There's a protective screen on it.
Okay.
It's right there.
Yeah, can they see it good? I'll do it
We
better.
couldn't decide between both of the watches, so I said, F it, get both.
Miss Birthday got two.
As if he don't have enough already.
Yeah, because I collect watches. I like this Hugo Boss Orange Man. I like watches. Perfect timing podcast. So you know we gotta do
the T-cell.
Ooh, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
What time is I gotta go?
You gotta go. It's late.
I bought you lunch too.
Thank you, baby. What's for lunch?
Ooh.
Ooh.
KFC. Chicken sandwich and wedges. Love you. I'll turn the arrow. Love you. Gotta go.
Love you, baby. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's dope. What y'all think? What y'all think of the watches? Those were Democrats. What y'all think, Mr. Boston, Masco Patrick? False. If you look at the Southern white, now that's a great wife. Yeah, I love her, man. Truly blessed. Truly blessed. I've been wanting to T-so for a minute. This is not the one. This is an entry level. It's an entry level, but I've been wanting one of these for a minute, and I'm very happy and excited. Blessed. Let me take off the orange man. Take off the Hugo Boss. That's the Hugo Boss Orange Man. I don't know if you can see that. Put on this the what, boy? Sea Star. It's 46 millimeter. Oh, it go with my oh man, look how that look. That look clean with the bracelet. Oh, that's clean. Brown with the brown. Oh man, that's clean. Oh, I didn't know it was gonna look like that. I didn't know it was gonna look that good. Oh shit. All right, everybody. I'm just having fun, man. Y'all in the comments having fun, doing your thing. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, man. Another great day, man. We're gonna say God bless Charlie Kirk and his family. You know, we did a lot of work today between Donald Trump acknowledging Charlie Kirk's work with conservative blacks. Like, I don't know, there was a lot of standout moments at the memorial. Let me know in the chat, what was your standout moment of the Charlie Kirk Memorial? To you, what stood out to you the most? Because, you know, I've been talking a lot about these things. I've been talking a lot about Charlie Kirk not being racist because of his work with Blexit. And then that came up in the memorial. I've been talking about every day Charlie Kirk's message over race was about the good book, peace, love. And then we get Van Jones. And this is before Charlie Kirk was the event. He texts Van Jones to where you could intimate Charlie Kirk's true meaning, what Charlie Kirk really believed, not what's on television, not when he was joking with his buddies, but here's an intimate text message between him and another person. And you can see how he was raised, how he respected others, how he respected his God. You can see that in the way he communicated with Van Jones, an adversary who had been extremely disrespectful. What was so amazing to me about the memorial is, I don't know who wrote Trump's speech, but when Trump acknowledged Charlie Kirk for his work with Black conservatives, I was amazed. I was very grateful. I was very thankful because I've worked very hard. I've worked very hard over these several days to educate people. It's not been easy. The chat is a difficult place. Doing live streams is very difficult. And people have trolled me and have been very mean and nasty without having the proper facts because they are wearing colored lenses. Some people would say they are blinded. Some people would say they are hypnotized. But it has been very difficult for me, but I haven't given up. I haven't stopped. We have preached Charlie's message every day. And today, I feel God has rewarded us. God has rewarded me by giving us these receipts, by giving us the evidence that we already knew. See, sometimes you have to walk, what is the faith without belief? Like you have to believe without sight. You know, you have to believe without sight. And we have been walking. All of us here have been walking. See, I knew Charlie Kirk's heart. I know Candace Owens' heart. And I told you, I said, this message is not about race. He had a message and it was the good book. I said he converted white men to Christianity. You guys are focusing on the wrong things. You guys are focusing on the wrong things. I said it every day. I said I told you about his work with Candace Owens and Blexit. And then it came out. It came out in Donald Trump talking about Charlie Kirk assisting Black conservatives. I said I wouldn't be here without Blexit. I said I wouldn't be here without Blexit. I said I wouldn't be here without Blexit and the work Candace Owens did with Kanye West, with Charlie Kirk, and a lot of you are not being honest. Maybe you were asleep. Maybe you missed Blexit. Maybe you missed Kanye West running for president. Maybe you missed the White Lives Matter shirt, Kanye West and Candace Owens. I didn't. I don't know how you could have missed it. I don't know how people are ignoring these inflection points in our history. There was a White Lives Matter shirt. Candace Owens worked for Turning Point. Candace Owens coined the term Blexit. Charlie Kirk helped her. And then, if that wasn't the best part, Charlie Kirk's wife. So I want to know from you, what was the best part? Charlie Kirk's wife got up and said, I forgive this man because that's what God wanted. That was what my faith dictates. And that's what my husband would have done because that's what our faith dictates. I mean, what's the greatest moment to you? What's the greatest moment to you? I mean, God rest his soul. God bless Erica, Mrs. Charlie Kirk. God bless the President Donald Trump. It was a great moment. I mean, it was very sad. It was very somber, but we needed that moment. We needed the memorial because we were hurt. We needed the president to speak. You know, so many times we wanted Biden to show up. How many times do we want Biden to show up? We needed the president to speak. We needed a leader, and the president showed up and was a leader. He spoke and brought people together. We haven't had a leader like that in a long time. The president didn't have to come. I believe the president showed up because he understood the moment. And that's why we love Donald Trump over here. I believe the president showed up because he understood the moment. How about that? I believe the president showed up because he understood the moment. And I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful, and I'm extremely ecstatic that the president would do that for us. I think we're extremely blessed to have a president like Donald Trump who would go out of his way for us like that. So I'm going to end the show on that. And I'm going to say tomorrow, 11 a.m., Mega Monday. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., Taco Wacho Macho Mega Tuesday. So, shout out to you, Tony. I see the work you're doing in the chat. Shout out to you, Ozzy Cosby, with the reach of destruction. I love you, boy. Mr. Bowski, with the reach of destruction. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you to all of my mods and members. Membership has its privileges. Those of you who have subscribed and you see the chat going crazy, you see certain people with different colors lit up, join the channel. $2 holla, $2 memberships available now. You can go up. You can, you guys been loving the channel. You've been doing your membership. You can go up. There's a $5 membership. There's a $10 membership. But I created a $2 membership so that you have no excuse not to join the channel and participate at a higher level. Because I know a lot of people will be in the chat and it'd be contentious and you feel like your voice is not being heard. The host is not reading my message. The people not communicate. Join the channel. And I want you to join the channel because I want the debate. I encourage the debate because I think that's what makes America great and not a monarchy. Difference of opinion. That's how you become intelligent. I remember reading something about, I'll save it for another time. Ozzy Cosby, there was never any switch. The switch you are talking about is when blacks were promised free stuff as long as they voted for Democrat politicians every 2 years. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. I think that's what he said. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Tony. He said, if you don't vote for me, I wish it was not true. I wish he never said it because it's just so insulting. And in the modern day and age, that a 70-year-old man who was alive during Jim Crow would make that summation. Do you understand? That he would say that to a black political pundit. He would make a summation that if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I wish I was making that up because it sounds comical. And you still voted for him. I didn't. You still voted for him after there's so much to unpack. Well, we can't do that because it's the end of the show. But there's so much to unpack about that moment. He still won. That didn't tell y'all that he didn't have good decision-making skills? That he would do that and say that before you even win? Thank you for the happy birthday. Don't be bamboozled. That's the definition of bamboozle. He said that, and then you voted for him. And then that's like qualifying what he said was right. That he defined your blackness. This 80-year-old white man who was alive in Jim Crow. Because you voted for him, you followed and did exactly what he said. There's so much to unpack. That, I believe that's why Blexit resonates. If you never believed in Blexit, oh man, when he said that, you start listening to Candace Owens. You start hearing Charlie Kirk in a different voice. You took off those color lenses. What do you mean I'm not black? Well, I don't want to be black no more. Blexit, Blexit. I am Blexit out of this democratic, dysfunctional, deranged party. Get me the Blexit out of here. Remember the movie Get Out? That's Blexit. Get out, black people. Get out of the Democratic Party. Get the Blexit out of there. What's wrong with y'all? Troll somebody else, because I wish he didn't say it, but he said it. Troll somebody else. You see, the trolls always get quiet when the facts come out. Because how do you respond to Biden saying to a black man, if you don't vote for me, you're not black? And then he won the vote. No trolls. Where the trolls at? 144 people watching. No trolls to that. No trolls to that. No trolls gonna answer that. What's up, Jared? That's some sick stuff. When I say hypnosis, a lot of people hypnotized. What does he mean, hypnotized? That's hypnosis. That's what Kamala Harris was talking about. That level of hypnosis. I gotta go. I love you so much. Thank you. God bless.